Hello, everyone. My name is Art Russell. Welcome to my channel. As the title suggests, in this video, I'm going to share some information about perspective. Now, by perspective, I don't mean whether you're thinking of yourself as a positive or a negative person or a good or bad person. We're going to go much deeper than that. And I'm going to draw some of the content for this video from this book, I Am That, which chronicles talks between Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj and seekers who sought his company to help them discover their true self beyond name and form. So let's get into it. When Maruti Shivrampant Kambli, I hope I'm pronouncing that even close to correctly, who would later become known as Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, approached his guru or was introduced to him, his guru told him that you are already the supreme. His guru told him, just concentrate on I am, without all the qualifiers or definitions that we usually attach to who we think we are, such as race, nationality, gender, degree of success, those kind of definitions. He told him, just concentrate on I am. And within 3 years, Maruti would recognize his true self. He would awaken to truth, the truth that sets us free. Now, in my book entitled This Taste of Flesh and Bones, I described how I began with that technique, just I am, especially when I was first still lying in bed in the morning, to just be empty and focus on I am. Now, I later found it useful, and I shared this in the book, to think I am aware of perhaps my leg or my foot or my hand. And this helped me to disidentify from my perspective in which I thought I was the person. Now, as we continue in this, it becomes more clear that the person is perceived. The body is perceived, the mind is perceived. So how can we be either of those? Now, I've got some other points from I Am That I hope will help you to recognize that there are positive benefits in recognizing true self, and they can be applied during this apparently human journey on Earth. So here are the points. A seeker once asked Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, asked, which arises first, the person or the world? And Maharaj replied, they arise together. Now that's quite different from our usual perspective, isn't it? Where we think, no, the world is there even when the body is asleep. He's saying they arise together. Now, another seeker asked, and I don't have the exact quote, but the seeker was curious about healing. Is healing truly possible? And Maharaj replied, what the mind has created can be uncreated. Now, for those of you who may be doubting the validity of this information, I'd like to share an important point. And I found it in another book that was written by Paramahansa Yogananda. I've mentioned this point before, but it truly applies if we want to see real benefits in this earthly experience. Paramahansa Yogananda said this: the mind is the creator of everything. Now you can see how this ties into what Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj stated, that the person and the world arise together in the now. There is no long-lasting body-mind. It's created new and new and new and new and new until it isn't. Now, many of you are probably familiar with some of the work by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's written books such as You Are the Placebo or Becoming Supernatural. And he relates this type of information also. He talks about how when beings awaken in the morning, that their mind immediately goes back to, oh yes, let's say, oh, I'm Art Russell, and I've got all these problems. There was a divorce, there's been a health issue, the blah, blah, blah. They immediately go into the story. Now, what I'm suggesting is what Maruti was told when he went to his guru. He said, just concentrate on I am. And I'm wondering if you're willing or curious enough to begin your day with lying in bed, just 30 seconds or so, and concentrate on I am. Or maybe even apply the technique that I've shared about I am aware of your hand, your leg, your foot. Instead of identifying with being the person lying in bed, with being the awareness instead, being the awareness in which the body-mind appears. The person and the world arise together. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza also talks about whether we're being more wave or particle. Now, this ties into the double slit experiment, in which light was proven to have properties of being light and a particle at the same time. You know, everything we see, everything we sense is made out of particles. But we also know that atoms are 99.999%, it's a lot, empty space, more like energy, waves of energy. So this practice of centering ourselves as I am in the morning can definitely help to shift our perspective about what we truly are. Some of the practical benefits. If we claim again and again and again as the body-mind appears in the morning, if we claim again and assume again that we are the person, that reinforces the belief that we are whatever history, either physical or mental or emotional, that goes along with that person. What if it's possible instead to recognize yourself, your true self, and know that there is no long-lasting body-mind that must carry forward all of the pain and suffering that has been experienced through that perspective. This can make a world of difference in the quality of your apparent experience in life going forward. In the perspective of the person, you believe there is the belief that you are of flesh and bones only. You're a victim of your genetics, or maybe you've got apparently good genes, and then you think, haha, great. In the perspective in which we're more wave than particle, we're free to choose. And that's going to affect the way we think of ourselves. And then we can get to a point where, of course, we don't have to think at all to know that we are true self. Anyway, I hope this video has given you some information to contemplate, maybe caused you to shift your perspective, or at least consider whether that's possible. I'm looking forward to talking with you again soon. Bye for now.